Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano catch-up and the first one of 2024. Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a good Christmas break and going into the new year. I'm a little bit slow off the mark this year with videos because we had a new baby last week, a little girl called Evie, and I put it out on Twitter. Thanks so much to all the comments, replies, DMs, everything like that. I really do appreciate all of that. And in this one, we're going to get into some of the latest updates around Cardano, what's going on. A lot of talk in the bigger crypto world of ETFs, and maybe tomorrow we might touch on that. I think I should be doing a live stream with Fareed, Pete, and Josh tomorrow night. It will be later, nearly midnight here in Ireland, to try and give Pete not getting such a short end of the straw this time. In this one, we're going to look at Charli 3 Bridge is now live, a few tokens on Ethereum. Also, USDM, we have an update on the launch date. ADA Markets, we put out a big update for beta users, which will go public in the next few days. The LSE for AXO Trade is now live. You can go in and try and buy the AXO token. We'll take a look at that, some IAGON stats, and a few other bits. Timestamps will be down below. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Comment questions or anything you'd like me to look into in other videos down below. Let's jump into it. Okay, so kicking it off with a very quick look at ADA Markets, and I'm not going to spend too long on this because I'll do a dedicated video going through all the different features later in the week when we push this out to the public. But this is a project that myself and Paddy originally started a few months ago, and then Dave joined onto the team as well, and it started out as a very basic aggregator to split across all the dexes on Cardano, but it's grown. The vision for it has grown, and things are going to be a lot bigger now than just a simple aggregator. But here's where we stand right now. So anybody who has seen this before, then this is what you would have seen roughly. A few small little additions. You can see up here now, you can see the chain load, so how the Cardano blockchain is performing and how congested it is. Right now, 76% is okay. But there's one little button here that makes a big difference now. When you click on this one, it expands out, and now what you get is stats about the project, whatever token you have selected. So SNEC is the one that won the vote over on Twitter. So that's going to be the main token or the default token when people land first for the first month. And we're not sure what we'll do then, but you will be able to set your own token and get it to remember on the platform too. But here you have your stats on the project, what's going on, some of the information like total holders or supply or the pools. And if you look down here, actually first up you have trades. So this is your trading history on this particular pair. Then you have the pools. So these are for AMM dexes. These are the liquidity pools. And you can see where the liquidity is distributed. Up on top, you have the charts. At the minute, we've set it as basic charts. So this is just hourly candlesticks to show you what's been happening the last few days. But this is going to expand out. There'll be a lot more features added into it. You'll be able to change the time frame, the type of charts that are there too. So over the next few weeks and the next few releases, you'll see a lot of updates to this. Up on top then, you get some of the price action stats of what's been happening over the last whatever time period you want to look at. And if I change this actually, just to show you that it all updates, you can see when I change it, it gives me the liquidity pools for World Mobile. To show you the trades for this one here is all on World Mobile. You can see the status, and then you can cancel or do whatever you want with them trades. I will dive deeper into that when I do the dedicated video later on in the week. So then we have Charli 3. So a lot of people were waiting for this bridge to be able to bring. So Charli 3 originally started their token over on Ethereum, and that's where you could buy it first. And after the Nomad hack last year, then things got shut down. You weren't able to use the token over on Ethereum because they had already started to port some of them over to Cardano with Nomad. And after the hack, then they had to close things down. They have now built out their own bridge. So if you do have C3 tokens over on Ethereum that you held before the Nomad hack, you can now bring them over onto Cardano. So I'll leave the links for this one down below on the details how you can do it. Good to see for holders over there. I still hold a small amount of C3 over on Ethereum, which I must port over fairly soon, and maybe I'll record that when I'm doing it too. Next up we have Minswap. So the governance vote to burn some of the Minswap supply. We talked about this in, I think, the last Cardano catch-up, and actually if you look at the vote now, it looks like we have a fairly clear front runner. So the quorum to actually pass the vote, we needed to have 40 million actually participating in the vote. There's already been 325 million Min tokens have participated in this, so it's hit that. So whatever is decided will be the one that goes, that is actually chosen and actually happens. And right now the clear front runner is option 4, which is to burn 40% of the overall supply of Min. Now, unless there is an absolutely major change around and some massive whales come in and start to vote for some of the other options, then I think it's fairly set that we're going to see 40% of the Minswap supply burned over the next few weeks. And I will give updates on when that's going to happen. I don't know if they gave a date on when it would actually be burned or when this would be put into action, but I think this is very good for Minswap holders. Next up, we'll have a look at Mehen, the USDM stablecoin that we've been waiting for on Cardano. This is a fiat-backed one. So they announced at the summit that they were going to launch in December. Then there was some delays and we didn't really get much information on why the delays were going to be there. This came out today about an update on it. So there's a full article here about why it was delayed, some of the reasons around that and what they've changed. And it's all come down to security and things that they wanted to change internally with the protocol to make sure that it's going to be safe in the long term for everybody using it. Their new target date for launch is March 16th. So if that does go ahead, will give me something extra to celebrate on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. So I'll be able to have a drink to celebrate Cardano's new fiat-backed stablecoin if this all goes to plan. But any changes on that, I will let you know in future videos here. Next up, IAGON have passed 1,000 terabytes of data on the storage network. You can see 1,032 terabytes right now. IAG staked is nearly 3 million, which is just over $500,000 with the price of 17 cents right now. That's 179 nodes and 35 countries. I'm going to start in the next few days rolling out the videos that I will be doing as part of me being a part of the ambassador program there, to show you how you can set up your own storage nodes, how you can use the storage as a client, or if you want to come in and stake some of your IAG. So make sure and subscribe to keep an eye out for them. And I will be having Navjeet back on the channel. So if you have any questions for him, let me know down below and I will put them to him. I think in the next week we will be catching up. Next up, we have Xerberus, and they have announced that anybody holding their NFT can now get full access to the risk rating protocol. And I don't know when they sold these. This was a long time ago they sold the NFTs. I did buy a few to support the project, and now looks like it could be a really good thing. You can see here when you come into the platform, you can see at the minute I haven't connected my wallet, so some of the risk ratings are blurred out and some of the other options over here. And if you go into a project, let's look at SNEC, you can see lots of the information is blurred out because I haven't connected my wallet to prove that I hold the NFT. I just want to double check that I can actually show this kind of data in a video. If I get the go ahead, then I'll be able to show you some of the tokens and what's going on there through some of the future videos. If there are projects you'd like to see me covering in this, then let me know down below. But great to see utility coming in there and allowing people to do even deeper research into the projects they're looking at on Cardano. So next up, we have the big one for today, and that is the liquidity seed event for AXO Trade. Now, if you look at the platform, it is live right now. And if I refresh this just to make sure I get the latest, the liquidity seed event is something that's going to run for a week. And what happens is that you can go in and you can try and buy AXO tokens. And actually, I'll go back to the announcement here. We talked a bit about it in previous videos, but the most important part of this is how it all works. So over the next few days, there is an algorithm that prices AXO based on the percentage of time that has elapsed since the start of the LSE, which started at 2 p.m. UTC today, and the percentage of allocation remaining. So it's going to be a balance over, there's going to be so much of the allocation put into the market based on the amount of time that has gone in the LSE, and this is going to determine the price of what's happening. So there's going to be a lot of volatility, there's going to be a lot of price change in this. You can put in your orders now. I put one in earlier on as a test. The last time I looked at this just before recording, I think this was up at maybe 40 or 50 ADA per AXO. You can see right now it's down at, the sell is at 19 and the buy is at 9. I think mine was somewhere in around this. I'll check it after. So I might even have some AXO to play around with. And that was only a test buy. In general, I'm sitting back watching, waiting to see what happens because this is a new method. There's a lot of volatility. Very interesting to see approaches like this, but I wouldn't be buying anything too big right now myself. I like to sit back and see where things go. And it says here, if more tokens are bought, then time has elapsed. The price will increase as the demand exceeds the supply. Simply, prices will decrease if more time has passed than supply is remaining. And it's not just ADA that you can use to get involved here. You can see all of these tokens here. So for the trading pair of AXO and ADA, there is 262,500 AXO tokens. And then all of these other pairs here, you can see there is an allocation of AXO for that trading pair. And there is a bit on this. Let me see. So the example, I think it's further down here. So CNFT pricing. So in this example here, if one AXO is 40 ADA and one Shen is 0.5 ADA, then one AXO would be 80 Shen. So the price for all the other asset pairs against the tokens against AXO is going to be based on whatever the AXO ADA price is. And then that price will be used using an oracle to see what the price is of the asset in the current market. With this, it's an interesting approach. It's great to see new ways of doing things, especially as we have more bots coming into the market now for new launches and people FOMOing in to get involved. I would say take a step back, read everything, make sure you're happy with what you're doing. These types of launches, what we see sometimes is not with these particular types of ones, but when a token just drops and people FOMO in and try to buy early and then dump fairly early too, you can't do that type of thing with this type of launch. That's why I'm really intrigued to see how it goes, and hopefully I'll be able to catch up with Jarek over the next few weeks once the protocol fully launches and have a chat about his experience of building this and what's there in the future for AXO. I will leave links to this one down below for anyone who wants to check it out too. And I have covered the full trading platform on testnet in previous videos. Closing it out then, ETFs are extremely popular right now. Gary Gensler put out a thread yesterday on what you should consider when you're investing in crypto assets. He actually put out another one today. I thought I had it up here, but it doesn't really matter. Another post about it. Let's go into Gary and see what he said. So yeah, this one here, another post today about thinking about buying the latest new cryptocurrency or token. To me, this really is just like everything must be more or less signed and sealed in the background. We're just waiting on the public announcements. He's basically putting out all these warnings about buying into cryptocurrency and how dangerous it can be. So to me, this really signifies that I think we should be there with the ETF. A lot of talk that we'll hear it tomorrow being announced and trading, even starting by tomorrow evening or first thing Thursday morning. I will keep you updated on that. I think I said at the beginning, I will have a live stream tomorrow night with Fareed, Pete and Josh to look at the latest for Cardano and maybe talk a bit about what we're expecting to come in 2024. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, comment below. I do appreciate it. Chat soon.